What up, film boys and letterboxed ladies? Welcome to Cinephile Iceberg. Today, we're diving deep into the iceberg on one of the most intriguing movies of the 2010s, Paul Thomas Anderson's The Master. Grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's explore the fascinating world behind this cinematic gem. So, picture this. It's the mid-2000s, and Paul Thomas Anderson, the genius behind Boogie Nights and There Will Be Blood, is cooking up something new. Anderson got inspired by the life of L. Ron Hubbard, yep, the Scientology guy. But don't get it twisted. This film isn't a biography. It's more about the search for meaning and the power of charismatic leaders. Anderson's creative process began with extensive research. He delved into the post-war era, exploring the psychological impact of World War II on veterans. He was fascinated by the rise of new religious movements during this period, particularly how they attracted and influenced people searching for meaning in a rapidly changing world. The film's core idea was to explore the psychological scars of war and the vulnerability of individuals seeking solace in unconventional belief systems. Anderson's interest in the subject matter was partly inspired by his own life experiences and observations of the world around him. He had long been fascinated by the nature of leadership and the dynamics of power within groups. This curiosity led him to read extensively about various charismatic leaders, including L. Ron Hubbard, and to study the ways in which they built their followings. The script took years to develop. Anderson wrote multiple drafts focusing on the complex relationship between the two main characters, Freddie Quell and Lancaster Dodd. Freddie, played by Joaquin Phoenix, is a troubled World War II vet with a tumultuous past, while Lancaster, portrayed by Philip Seymour Hoffman, is a charismatic leader of a movement called The Cause. Their dynamic forms the core of the film. Anderson's writing process was deeply immersive. He spent countless hours refining the dialogue and character arcs, ensuring that each interaction between Freddie and Lancaster felt authentic and compelling. The script underwent several revisions, as Anderson sought to balance the film's emotional intensity with its broader philosophical themes. Let's talk casting. Joaquin Phoenix came on board to play Freddie Quell, a super troubled World War II vet. His intense method-acting approach really brought Freddie to life. Phoenix lost a significant amount of weight and adopted a hunched posture to embody Freddie's physical and psychological scars. He improvised many scenes, adding raw authenticity to his performance. Phoenix's dedication to the role included staying in character off-camera, which helped him maintain the emotional intensity required for Freddie's complex psyche. He is a madman, but he sure leaves an unforgettable performance. Next up, Philip Seymour Hoffman as Lancaster Dodd, the charismatic leader of The Cause. Hoffman, a frequent Anderson collaborator, nailed the role with his usual gravitas. He approached Dodd as a multifaceted character, part visionary and part charlatan, which gave the film its emotional and intellectual depth. Hoffman's commanding presence and nuanced performance were key to portraying Dodd's magnetic yet manipulative nature. He meticulously studied the mannerisms and speech patterns of various historical leaders to bring a unique authenticity to his role. Rest in peace to an actual legend. And we can't forget Amy Adams, who played Peggy Dodd, Lancaster's rock and a quietly powerful presence. Adams brought a subtle intensity to Peggy, showing her as the true believer in the cause and a force behind Lancaster's throne. Her performance added a layer of complexity, making Peggy a pivotal character in the narrative. Adams explored the historical role of women in new religious movements, which helped her understand Peggy's subtle yet firm influence over Lancaster and the movement. Before the cameras rolled, Anderson and his team did their homework. They dived into 1950s post-war America to get every detail just right. The cast went through intense workshops and rehearsals, really digging into their characters and relationships. Anderson encouraged improvisation and character exploration, creating a collaborative atmosphere that allowed the actors to fully inhabit their roles. Anderson's approach to character development was thorough and immersive. He had Joaquin Phoenix spend time alone in the California desert to get into Freddy's isolated and erratic mindset. For Philip Seymour Hoffman, Anderson provided extensive materials on various charismatic leaders and self-help movements to help him build Lancaster Dodd's complex persona. Amy Adams, on the other hand, delved into the historical role of women in new religious movements, which helps her understand Peggy's subtle yet firm influence over Lancaster and the movement. Anderson also hired historical consultants to ensure the film's accuracy. These experts provided insights into the cultural and social dynamics of the 1950s, helping the cast and crew create a believable and immersive world. The consultants' input was particularly valuable in designing the sets and costumes, which needed to reflect the era's specific aesthetics and cultural context. Now onto the filming. They shot in beautiful locations like California and Hawaii, capturing the nomadic vibe of Freddy's life. Anderson chose to shoot on 65mm film, that's right, the big fancy stuff, to give the movie its rich, detailed look. Cinematographer Mihai Malimari Jr. did wonders with natural light and meticulous compositions. The 70mm format gave the film a grand, immersive feel, enhancing the period authenticity and visual impact. One of the unique aspects of The Master is its use of real locations rather than sets. They filmed on board the USS Potomac, Franklin D. Roosevelt's presidential yacht, to lend authenticity to the scenes set on Dodd's boat. This attention to detail helped ground the film in its historical context, making the world of The Master feel lived in and real. Anderson also insisted on using practical effects wherever possible. For instance, the scenes involving the cult's processing sessions were shot with real vintage recording equipment. This not only added authenticity, but also helped the actors immerse themselves fully in the era and the intense psychological dynamics at play. The use of practical effects extended to the film's visual effects, with Anderson favoring in-camera techniques over digital manipulation. Anderson's direction was meticulous and hands-on. He worked closely with his actors, often shooting multiple takes to capture the perfect performance. Anderson's attention to detail extended to every aspect of the production, from the framing of each shot to the pacing of the dialogue. His collaborative approach fostered a creative environment where the cast and crew could experiment and refine their work. The film's visual style was influenced by the work of renowned photographers and filmmakers of the 1950s. Anderson and Mihai Malimari Jr. studied the techniques of these artists, incorporating their use of natural light and composition into the film's aesthetic. This approach gave The Master a distinct visual identity, blending historical authenticity with Anderson's unique cinematic vision. In the editing room, Anderson teamed up with Leslie Jones to craft the film's intricate narrative. They had a wealth of material to work with due to the extensive improvisation and multiple takes. The challenge was to shape these elements into a coherent story that maintained the film's emotional and thematic depth. Anderson and Jones spent months meticulously piecing together the narrative, ensuring that every scene flowed seamlessly into the next, maintaining the tension and emotional resonance throughout. The editing process was crucial in balancing the film's dual focus on character study and broader themes. Anderson and Jones worked to ensure that Freddy's journey remained the emotional core of the film, while also highlighting the manipulative and charismatic nature of Lancaster Dodd. The result is a film that weaves between intimate character moments and grand philosophical questions, making it both engaging and thought-provoking. Sound design played a significant role in the film's post-production. Anderson and his team used a combination of ambient sounds and carefully selected audio effects to enhance the film's atmosphere. The sound design helped to create a sense of immersion, drawing the audience into Freddy's world and the unsettling environment of The Cause. And the music, oh, the music. Jonny Greenwood from Radiohead composed an eerie, captivating score that perfectly matched the film's mood. Greenwood's blend of orchestral and experimental sounds added a haunting, otherworldly quality to the film, amplifying its emotional resonance. The score uses unconventional instruments and dissonant tones to reflect Freddie's inner turmoil and the unsettling nature of the cause. Greenwood's music became an integral part of the storytelling, enhancing the psychological depth and atmospheric tension. Greenwood and Anderson collaborated closely throughout the scoring process. They discussed the film's themes and emotional beats, with Greenwood composing music that complemented and enhanced these elements. The score was recorded with a full orchestra, using a mix of traditional and experimental techniques to achieve its distinctive sound. The Master premiered at the Venice Film Festival in 2012, and guess what? It got a standing ovation. Critics loved it, and it scooped up awards like the Silver Lion for Best Director. Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman even shared the Volpe Cup for Best Actor. The film's reception was a testament to its powerful performances, direction, and thematic complexity. The film's release sparked widespread discussion and analysis. Critics praised its bold storytelling, complex characters, and thought-provoking themes. Some viewers found its ambiguous narrative challenging, while others appreciated its depth and nuance. The Master became a topic of debate, with audiences dissecting its symbolism and drawing connections to real-world events and figures. The film digs deep into the themes like power, control, and the search for identity. Freddie and Lancaster's dynamic is a wild ride of dependency and rebellion, making you question the nature of faith and leadership. Anderson explores how charismatic figures can manipulate vulnerable individuals, highlighting the psychological and emotional entanglements that arise. Freddie's journey is a poignant exploration of trauma and the struggle for self-discovery. His turbulent relationship with Lancaster Dodd mirrors the push and pull between freedom and control. The film portrays Freddie's desperate need for connection and the destructive patterns that keep him from achieving it. Lancaster, on the other hand, represents the seductive allure of certainty and the dangers of unquestioned authority. Their interactions are charged with tension, revealing the complexities of human relationships and the power dynamics within them. Anderson uses the film's period setting to reflect on contemporary issues. The post-war context underscores the themes of disillusionment and the search for meaning, which resonate with modern audiences. The film's exploration of cult dynamics and the psychology of belief systems offers insights into the ways individuals and groups navigate uncertainty and seek solace in ideology. And yeah, about Scientology. While The Master isn't directly about it, the parallels are hard to miss. This sparked a lot of chatter and controversy, adding another layer of intrigue to the film. Anderson's depiction of the cause is a meditation on the nature of belief and the human need for connection and purpose, resonating beyond any single real-life counterpart. Anderson was careful to create a fictional movement that, while inspired by Scientology, stood on its own as a unique entity. This allowed him to explore broader themes without being tied to the specifics of any one organization. The film's ambiguity regarding its real-life inspirations invites viewers to reflect on the nature of belief systems and the individuals who lead them, making The Master a timeless study of human nature. Despite the controversy, Anderson maintained that the film was not meant to be a direct critique of Scientology. Instead, he aimed to explore universal themes of power, influence, and the human condition. The film's nuanced portrayal of the cause and its followers allowed for a rich, multifaceted exploration of these themes, transcending any single real-world parallel. Since its release, The Master has continued to be a subject of discussion and analysis. Its complex characters and intricate narrative have inspired numerous essays, podcasts, and documentaries. The film's exploration of belief, identity, and power dynamics remains relevant, resonating with new audiences and sparking ongoing debates. Anderson's work on The Master has been recognized as a significant achievement in contemporary cinema. The film's innovative storytelling, exceptional performances, and thematic depth have cemented its place as a modern classic. The Master stands as a testament to Anderson's vision and his ability to craft films that challenge, provoke, and inspire. So there you have it, the making of The Master, a film that's as complex and compelling as the characters it portrays. Paul Thomas Anderson once again proved his genius, creating a masterpiece that keeps us talking years later. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more awesome film deep dives.